Welcome back. This is Gary Goldman. I'm your Suites reporter. I have a different cap on today, or no cap at all. I'm actually hosting Radio Entrepreneurs, and we have a very exciting guest today who's going to tell us all about his business, Federico Cismondi from DoDoC. Welcome, Federico.
Thank you, Gary. Thank you for inviting me to your program.
Great. Why don't you tell us a little bit about your company, where you're at, where you're going, what your vision is?
Sure. So our company started as a Portuguese and American project that then became a U.S. company that then ended up having a subsidiary in Portugal, which actually became a business that works with pharmaceutical companies in providing documentation solutions. Mainly, these solutions are meant to tackle highly complex documents, auditable documents, and these kind of documents are usually the documents you prepare for a regulatory process or for operations in life sciences companies. So what DoDoC does is it provides a web-based platform for these companies to prepare, store, and handle all the documentation online and prepare for this process that has to be auditable.
So what is unique about you that distinguishes you, say, from a Google Doc or something else? What in your product is different? And do you work on a subscription basis, or how do you function as far as the selling component of it?
We do work with a subscription base. It's a software as a service in which every user has an annual license. And of course, we provide licenses for institutions, but the main idea is that every user has to be uniquely identified, so there needs to be a recognition of unique users. And this is, again, going back to the need for having an auditable system, so knowing what everybody did, when, and where. And that is also the main differentiating factor when comparing to other solutions. Main difference with Google Docs: whenever you start using Google Docs, you kind of accept the terms of service that say that the information you're going to create there is not confidential, which is a no-go for life sciences companies that are actually generating a lot of confidential information. But then, when comparing to other solutions that are already in the market, in this specific market, the main differentiating factor is that people can work in real-time collaboration. That means generating information all together on the same platform without the need of a sequential process in which they have to send emails back and forth with attachments. All the documents remain in the platform. Several people can be working on the same document at the same time.
You said you were involved with pharmaceutical companies. Is this the area that you wish to expand in? Are you looking to go into other areas? Where do we see the business going? And you, secondarily, you mentioned that you have, offices in Portugal. How does that function with the United States and Portugal working together?
So the presence we have in Portugal is specifically the development team, the software development team, and we have a sales group there. Our main sales and business development group is in Boston, and the idea is that many of these solutions for auditable documents or documents that are highly regulated, the rules for these documents are very similar in Europe and in the US. And this is because of some agreements between EMA, the European agency, and FDA here in the US. So that allows us to sell in both markets without having to do a significant customization. The main customization is actually learning from the sales process, the differences in the sales process in two very different markets in terms of how they see software in this vertical. Now, that being said, it is definitely a solution that can be used in other verticals, not only in pharma. Right now, we are very focused on pharma, medical devices, and biotechnology in general, but in the future we definitely want to expand to other verticals. Environmental consulting is one of them, transportation, even legal services that actually generate a lot of documentation that has to be auditable.